Welcome back to Blast Backstage. I'm blooming absolutely delighted. I'm using all the silly English words now to say that I'm flipping ecstatic that I've got Sjokz with me on the sofa.
Which is actually that one we're looking at?
We're on that
Oh,
one right now
okay.
because there's just the two of us.
Yeah.
So they've turned on the two-person camera.
Yeah, the intimate atmosphere.
The intimate atmosphere.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of we're only semi-lit because that light is off.
Yeah.
So it's quite moody.
Yeah, it is.
Do you feel moody right now? Anything you need to get off your chest, Sjokz?
Not really. I do want to say that you've been doing really well today. I had no idea the CSGO players were so brutal and like they troll you constantly.
Yeah.
But that's really fun. You're dealing with it well.
It's very
Are you
easy to
okay?
troll this face. I am okay, hon.
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
I'm okay. but thank you for asking.
No problem.
So, the CS player, well, it depends on where they're from and like,
Yeah.
and you know, like the NA players are very professional. The EU players are, you know, bring the banter. Apart from the Finnish team, so let's not talk about that. But what's it like for you doing your first blast? Because this is your first proper CS desk.
Yeah, it's crazy. Of course, I haven't done anything yet. We've just been doing a lot of production meetings and meeting everyone. Everyone's been really nice. I of course love Counter-Strike. I love watching it, but it's very different when you get put on the desk and then you need to like look at everything in a different way. You've helped me out, luckily. Sponge has helped me out a bit, so I've been studying. But yeah, I can't wait to be here. I think. Or wait to start, because I think being in Brazil and doing the first CSGO and Blast event is baptism by fire. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
And that crowd is going to be incredible this weekend.
Exactly.
6,000 Brazilian fans. It's going to be absolutely hyper.
We have some more lights.
The lights. I should have done a little hand clap and be like, there we go. But I don't have that power. I don't have any power. But yeah, it's gonna be super hype this weekend.
Yeah, I've been here. I did a League of Legends. I could say that, right? I've done a League of Legends.
Of course you can. Yes. Yeah, there's this other game, guys, called League of Legends.
Okay, yeah, it also exists. Yeah. Anyway, we were here for MSI a couple of years ago, also in Sao Paulo, and then in Rio, and yeah, it was everything you could expect. But I know. Just CSGO crowds in general are extremely loud and passionate, so I can't wait to experience it firsthand. Hopefully for them, MIBR does well. They should, right? They have all the tools, but they haven't traditionally done so well on home soil, so we'll see. But yeah, I wish them all the best of luck.
What was it about CS that made you want to start working in it?
Well, I think from like a natural tendency, CSGO is really the only other esport I liked watching as much as League of Legends. No shade to all the others, but as you know, it's very hard to like watch everything. But I always wanted to watch the majors and CSGO tournaments. I just think kind of just the game itself lends itself so well for an esport. Like there's always an opportunity for a sick clutch. There's always an opportunity for someone to outfrag and like have that absolute star power to turn a game around. And I just think you guys have a lot of awesome personalities on the desk as interviewers, playing as well. I was about to say on the Rift, but on the maps. It's so weird, like all these terms are different. And yeah, it's just a really exciting scene to be part of. So I'm very honored that I get to be here.
What's today been like for you? I know you've been prepping with the desk team.
Yeah, so it's been really nice. Yeah, we just run through everything. Of course, Blast always has really nice ideas, like the standoff and all that, and the way they approach things is really focused on making the best show possible, and I want to do that as well. So it's really nice meeting the talent, working with Potter and Maniac and Sponge. So we'll see. I have the full faith in the desk people. So if I F up, hopefully things will be okay.
One, you won't, and two, you're right to have faith in them. They're absolutely awesome. And you mentioned that Sponge has been helping you to prepare.
Yeah.
What advice has he given you?
He's been asking a lot of questions and like making sure that I'm comfortable as well. He's basically said that he isn't afraid to, you know, give an edgy opinion and make people angry at him. He can play that role. So if I ever want to do that, I can challenge him. So I'm looking forward to that. Maybe that'll happen. I usually throw some shots around in League as well. So we'll see. And yeah, just to be myself and to see where I go. Of course, I'm not going to come in and be like the super technical master of Counter-Strike. And I think that's also not what people expect of me. But I'm hoping to come in prepared with the right storylines about the teams and the right hype. And we'll see from there.
But that's the thing about the desk hosting role.
Yeah.
And I think sometimes people almost expect us to be analysts when we're desk hosting.
Yeah.
And that's not our job. It's our job to get that information from the analyst.
Yeah, but I think people do excel in it. I think, for instance, Machine is obviously great on all fronts, and he also has a super deep understanding of the game. I won't bring that, but hopefully we'll see. But hopefully it'll show that it isn't necessarily necessary that I know as much about all the details of the game, even though I do want to be clued in as much as possible. But yeah, we'll see. I mean, we'll see. I could sit here and say it's going to be great, and I think it's going to be, but we'll have to talk afterwards. I'll let you know.
And, this show is going to be broadcast around the world. I think it's going to be over 100
Yeah.
different territories.
It's
We're going to be
crazy.
broadcasting.
Yeah.
So it's not just that we're on Twitch, which is obviously where we're going to see
Our home.
a lot of it is our natural home for Counter-Strike, but we're also doing a show that's appealing to a wider audience in a way.
Absolutely.
So your job is to introduce some of them to these teams, because some people might be watching Counter-Strike for the first time.
Yeah, exactly. Counter-Strike for the first time, or also I think it's very easy for us when we're in like our game. We follow everything, you know, we watch every match that's played online as well as all the little things. We read every interview. But I think most viewers, they've watched a major and then they're now going to watch Blast. So it's important that we kind of reset those expectations for a lot of those people, as well as also cater to the people that are really clued in. So I think it's always a very interesting balance. It is similar in League of Legends, of course, and I hope we can strike that. But I have all faith in everyone here. Yeah, I mean, they probably like that I say that, but Blast has been unreal, like so nice, so good to work with. So I have full trust in that side of things.
I was so excited when they asked me to come and be part of it.
We actually talked about it. We talked about it.
Yeah, because we were chatting and we were both like, oh, we might get to work together. We didn't know.
No.
And so when I found out we're actually going to do it, I was like, yeah.
How are you holding up actually? Because you did all of the major, which was so long. It was like, I don't know, like almost a month and a half or something. It was really long.
It was 3 weeks.
3
so
weeks.
I basically did an event in Germany, like a mobile thing. God, was that? I can't remember. Was that the thing I did before I went to the major, or did I do something?
It's like
else
all a
before I went to
blur.
Yeah, I think I was in Dortmund, Germany, and then I had a couple of days at home, and then
It's a major, and then you went to LEC, and now you're here. So
yeah, it was. I had one day at home.
Yeah.
Between the major and LEC, and in that time, like everything was going wrong. Like my phone was dying, and I was really panicked. And then I flew to Berlin, and everything was great.
Yeah,
and you were great, even though you weren't in the office. Like we were obviously talking, and that whole team there was lovely.
Yeah.
And then I had a week off, so I was
Yay.
prepping for this. The lovely thing is I know all the teams, so
Yeah.
it's almost less stressful because you've been there and witnessed most of their most recent
For
results.
sure.
I was there at their last LAN, so that's lovely, and it makes things a little bit simpler for me because the major's still fresh in my mind.
Yeah, I think that's the difference. For me, it was like, because for like League, I follow it all the time, so I'm kind of immersed in it constantly, and you almost feel like, of course, you have to keep up to date, but you don't really have to study, you know, because most things you follow everything, you watch every interview, you see those guys every week, you know what's going on. But in this, it's really weird being on the outside and then stepping in and having to have that insider knowledge. So yeah, it's been a challenge, but that's also exactly what I set out to do, what I wanted by going freelance. Exactly. So yeah, I can't complain. I'm super happy.
Enjoying that freelance life?
I am, just not the paperwork, which I guess is everyone hates that. But yeah, I'm really happy that I get to do a CSGO event. That was one of my big goals going into this year. So we'll see if I don't crash and burn horribly. Hopefully you're going to see me at some more events. We'll see.
We will definitely see. That's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. Now, if you guys have got some questions for Sjokz, pop them into Twitch chat right now. I've got.
I cannot believe you've been reading Twitch chat all day.
You know what? Everyone's been really well behaved.
Yeah.
I've absolutely been loving Twitch chat.
You were starting to read them out randomly, and I was like, oh, that is dangerous territory.
Everyone's being really, really nice, because I like to come and sit and talk to Twitch chat when we're not broadcasting, when we're doing the media stuff at the back.
Yeah.
So we can't have the microphones open for that. We can't have them on because they need to basically everyone to be really quiet so they can get the serious stuff out of the way.
Pretty busy days for the teams as well.
Yeah.
Sometimes forget that they train, they play, but they also have to do a lot of interviews, get the videos and everything. So yeah.
Hit the gym if
Hit
you're
the
a
gym
stylist as well. Here, let's have a look.
Oh, there's hearts. It's always good.
Yeah, I love you, Sjokz. Oh, Sjokz, what's your favorite CSGO team and player?
Oh, I feel like I'm not going to do anything but lose when I say anything like that. Maybe I'll do it in the thing of what I'm looking forward to. Obviously, MIBR, I think that's clear. I've known the guys for a while as well. I think they're absolutely fantastic. And obviously that big question of, are they ever going to get back to that form when they were dominating so hard, is such an interesting story. Astralis, of course, they're fantastic. They're very friendly. They're also, yeah, they're the freaking best, though. Who doesn't like a team that's dominating so hard? I know a lot of people are waiting to see them drop the ball. I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon. So we'll see. I'm particularly looking forward to Coldzera and Fallen, how they play here. I think now that they're back together in the all Portuguese lineup, we saw signs of what it could be at the major. It didn't necessarily pan out all the way, but home soil should be something that propels them forward. So I can't wait for that. And yeah, all the teams really. What the cool thing is here that there's 6 of the best teams in the world. So you're not going to get a bad game. It's all going to be fantastic games, all the best of ones and the best of threes.
Do you have a particular favorite player? And it could be any of the teams, let alone the 6 that are here.
Favorite player. I quite like Dupree, actually. I think he's great. Yeah, I think he's a great player. I think he's very nice. He's also been very nice and like reached out to me when I was going to be working my first CSGO event and all that. And I love to see him play as well. I love his story. And yeah, maybe it's boring saying an Astralis player.
It's not boring.
Like, anything everyone always talks about.
Well, I feel like I bonded with Dupree today.
Yeah.
Earlier,
yes.
Like,
well, how did that happen?
He threw a grape in my mouth.
How did that happen?
How did it well, we had 3 goes. He said he'd give me 500 quid if I could catch the grape in my mouth. But I didn't do it on the first go. So he's going to buy me a beer apparently instead. But we did it on the 3rd go.
A beer that costs 500 quid. That's going to be a serious beer.
Oh my God. Yeah. I don't know if I can handle that. You might have to. We'll get a couple of straws. You can help.
Saturday.
Yeah, Saturday. Let's have a look. Okay. We're getting a lot of hearts of Sjokz, which is lovely.
For Frankie.
Oh, we might have some Twitter questions as well.
Yeah.
Should we see what we've got from Twitter? Okay. So, but I haven't asked you guys for Twitter questions, so that's absolutely my bad. So if you've got any questions for Sjokz, then you should know the hashtag by now. Hashtag Blast in block caps. So Blast Backstage, and our fantastic team here at Blast will go through those questions, and hopefully we'll be able to bring up some on screen.
Or there's no questions, which is also fine. They're like, who is this person? Who is this person?
No, not at all. I'm just going. Has Sjokz watched the previous major at all? Well, yes.
Yeah.
You were already saying.
So I watched it casually first, so as a fan, let's say. And then I actually rewatched all of the matches of everyone that's playing here, including all of the pre-game analysis and all your interviews. Because, yeah, it's amazing. It's the best way also to be clued in, because obviously the talent here is super, super experienced. So I watched those segments and I immediately knew what was up, and then I watched most of the games as well, which was very nice. And yeah, now I get to be in the room tomorrow and on Saturday and hear the crowd roar, and yeah, I can't wait. Yeah.
Are you going to be encouraging those analysts to fight? You mentioned you like it to get a bit spicy, and Sponge likes it spicy too.
Well, I'm not going to be encouraging them to fight. That sounds bad, but yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I think there's a lot of like contention also about, the new economy changes and all that. And we were talking a bit before about how we want to approach this. But I think as a viewer, people will be very interested to see how that plays out, because this is the first time we're going to use both the weapons change and the economy in official matches, let's say, in a big tournament. So I definitely want to know how that plays out. I definitely want to know if some teams become better because they've prepared specifically. Is this going to be the Achilles heel of Astralis? Probably not, but who knows? And I know Sponge, he's on the fence. He doesn't love it, but he also doesn't really have anything to go on yet as it comes to professional matches. So we're going to be talking about that a lot.
I guess it's because it potentially makes it easier for teams to make comebacks when they're on their CT side, right? So, and Sponge likes the best teams to truly show that they're the best. So maybe I can't speak for him, but I was listening to him on the HLTV, which is the HLTV podcast, and he was saying, he wants to see the best Counter-Strike. And I think we're definitely going to see that this weekend, though. We've got such great teams.
But I do get it. It's like that idea of there's a lot of casual players also out there. So do you want to give them more to go off and like simplify the game at some level? But does that then mean that you're taking complication away from the professional level, and how much can you do? I think it's a very tough balancing act, but like we should see. We'll see how it all plays out.
And we're potentially going to see more gun rounds.
Yeah.
We're therefore potentially going to see better plays.
Potentially. So we'll see. We'll see at the end of Saturday evening how it's turned out.
Yeah. Who do you think is going to be in that final?
So Astralis, right? Easily. And I want to say it might be just because of everything here. But as said, like they have not done too well when they've come to Brazil to play. And also, I think they have like a jinx with their Brazilian shirt whenever they've worn the colors. They've not done too well. So I hope I'm like anti-jinxing them and seeing what will happen. But I think everyone can come out strong. I think any tournament that phases in, you have to keep them into account because just the pure star power on that lineup should give them a final spot in everything they attend, but it's sometimes not that easy. Team Liquid is, of course, insane. It was a bit disappointed or very disappointed after their exit at the major. And are they going to be as sick as they were at the major? Who knows? So, yeah, we'll see. Definitely, who am I forgetting? Oh, NIP as well, who have a tough first game against FaZe as well. So, yeah, we'll see. The craziness, we'll know more tomorrow. We'll see each team play 2 best of ones. So, yeah.
I just like seeing NIP on stage.
Yeah.
There's something about NIP for me. Like we were talking about the NIP magic. I know it's a bit of an online meme, but there's just something really special about seeing Forest and Get Right play together.
No, absolutely. Obviously playing with a stand-in now, so we'll see. But they have played with them, so I don't know how much of a difference. What did they tell you? Did they feel comfortable? Was it like an easy fit, or? So
Pitta, the coach, was the person who brought in Draken, because although Dennis his last 2 matches at the major, like he felt like he was getting back on form. I think he's just a bit tired, so he's just resting out for, I'm not sure how many events, but I think they mentioned a few events. So I think we should expect Draken to be with the team for a couple of months at least, and it made sense for them because he'd played with them before.
Yeah.
So last time they were in Sao Paulo, I think he might have even been on the team back then, I believe. So he was last big win. Actually, they had at IEM Oakland in 2017. Draken was on the roster then.
Ooh, you dropping the knowledge here, Frankie.
So he's had success.
Yeah, for sure. We'll see.
So I think that's going to be really interesting to see them playing together. All the teams individually, you've got some fantastic storylines this weekend. I'm just going to check and see what we've got in terms of questions. So
what time is it back in Europe? Actually, I think it's like 4 hours later, or
so it must be kind
something
of
like that.
Evening. It must have.
It's prime time.
Evening. Okay. So Nerchio asks your favorite map and why.
Oh, my favorite map. So I have to admit I don't play too much Counter-Strike. You know that I love FPSs, or originally have. I used to play Unreal Tournament, but I find Counter-Strike extremely difficult just because of the maps. I think to watch, even though it's like a dead horse, I like watching Inferno and Mirage because they're the maps that you can also have one star that can completely turn everything around for you as well, right? But I am very interested of seeing a bit of more of Nuke and Dust 2 this time around, and I'm very curious to know why teams have like massively voted for that map or massively chosen to play it, or in general, for this, it's like the most picked one, I think, for the best of one stage, which is a cool change of pace. But yeah, I'm not going to be able to tell you too many technical things about a certain map why I like it, so I don't know if he's baiting me there.
No, not at all. People have got a lot of love. People are saying Golvira says 17 p.m. apparently. It's 5 a.m. here in the Atlantic Ocean, Kagbrim says. Now, I'm
Toro,
wearing my
glass.
I'm going to call you Toro. Do you eat spaghetti with spoon and fork, or only with fork, Sjokz?
I use a knife and a fork.
What? You're an absolute Philistine.
Yeah, I'm actually savage. Yeah, it's
a knife and a fork.
So my best friend called me out on that before. She's like, why the hell do you not use like a spoon or like a fork to spin it? But I like just having all the spaghetti and then I just cut it in the tiniest pieces and I can just scoop it up and it's not as messy.
From a can.
Yeah, it's not as messy. Yeah. Is that really weird?
That's really... What do you think, Chat? I think that's really weird. I think that's really weird.
I didn't expect to talk about spaghetti on this.
Exactly.
But
isn't fork and knife the norm? Well,
no.
Not spaghetti, exactly. Most people. I'm now getting... A lot of people are asking the question, like, who is that? And then answering it with the person they think it is. Who is the best CSGO player and why is it Mr. Bardolph? You know it's not James. You know it's not James Bardolph. James Bardolph might say he's the best. Is this something? But no one else will.
I'm missing context, but he's really bad at CS. Is he? Is that what we're getting from this?
So I don't want to say he's really bad at CS.
You're implying it though.
The thing about Mr. James Bardolph, caster extraordinaire, is he's got a knife. I think it's a knife skin that I think it's on his knife. That counts how many kills he's got with it.
Yeah.
And so any opportunity he has, he'll try and get knife kills so that the kills can go up. the problem is that's not so great for the rest of your team.
No.
So
I'm sorry. I'm already making enemies.
no, not at all, not at all. I now in Twitch chat, God, James, I am not dissing your boy Bardolph. I absolutely love them, man.
And on that note,
on that note, yes. Sjokz, thank you so much for joining us. I can't wait to see you on the desk.
I can't wait to see you on interviews.
Thank you. I'm so excited.
Yeah, me too.
We're just gonna like go to a quick break so we can fangirl. You guys don't need to see that. We will be back actually very shortly indeed because we've got Team Liquid coming up on the sofa. But before then, we've actually got some of our analysts are going to be on the sofas. In fact, your desk crew are going to be here.
Exactly.
So
you can grill them.
Yeah, Sponge Maniac and Podger are going to be here. I'm going to leave them too. I think I'm going to have a little bit of a break because I need to get prepared to grill Liquid. So I believe they're going to join us really, really soon, and then Liquid is going to round off the day. So I think Liquid might be in about half an hour. So there you go. The time on my computer is wrong, so it looks like it's 9 p.m.
No, it's right
now,
somewhere in the world.
But it is right somewhere in the world. So congratulations if you're in that part of the world. You obviously live in the same place as this laptop is from. I am going to stop talking. We will see you very, very soon indeed. Thank you so much. Send your questions in. #BlastBackstage. Thank you, Sjokz.
No problem. Thank you, Frankie.